Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the Breakfast Club. I'm Darren Hancock, and we are here on a Friday, January the 19th, 2024. Let us see what we got in the markets today. Michael's looking at the sixth sister of the group here this morning. So let us look at the sixth sister. We've seen them all. We've seen the NASDAQ take out its high. We've seen the S&P 500 take out its high just in the last hour. Took out its high. And the Dow Jones has equal highs sitting right up here and has not quite taken them out yet. We've taken out this little range here, this little pool of liquidity. We're back into this fair value gap here. Again, we're revisiting that right on the high, and we're pulling back now. So let's look at NASDAQ here. I put this box up here as the potential place for this to reach for long term. Took out the lows here. We might be finding something else. Back to that order block right there. Let's see. Make sure we are on and live today. And we are live today. There we are. Kurt, good morning, buddy. Bright and early. Up and at 'em. Early bird gets the worm, my friend. Verma, morning. How you doing? We're all a bunch of magpies this morning, getting in on this feast this morning. I've got this idea that this might be an area to reach for. I put a box around it as the potential upside reach. We have these lows taken out here inside the fair value gap, right back to the order block. Now we're getting a reaction off of that. So on the 5-minute, we have a nice reaction off this order block here. Lows taken. I'd like to see us get back into this imbalance right here. And Michael's looking at the YAMI here, the Dow Jones. Don't know why I think every time I look at that, I think jam, whatever. It's early in the morning. Look at that. People hit me up with some likes this morning. Oh, you just got started. All right, let's look at this here. We got that there and this here. That brings us right back to That's 9. Let's go for a discount array over here. Get back at this order block. That's more than optimum trade entry already. I just want to see if it gets back into here for the 9 o'clock silver bullet for that hour. We've already taken that low. We've run this high. We've run that high. There. I'm just going to stick a stop loss down here. If I'm wrong, I'm okay with that. Getting the body below here already. Order block. Oh yeah, rejection block. If we don't get a pullback on that right away. At 833 PD raise already. Of course. Like Michael says, if you get 3 PD arrays, take it, your ass is next. That was a good example right there. 1, 2, 3, done. I did a couple of live trades this morning in NASDAQ. I managed to make like $20 or something like that. I did a couple of losses, a couple of wins. I was like, it's Friday. I'm not giving back all my profits. So I was up another $20. And I was like, I'm moving to the sidelines, man. I'm just going to play in the demo account this morning, unless I see something beautiful lined up for us this morning. Tekmila, good morning, my friend. How are you? I see a couple of ecolos at 17,201. I think that might be the sites first. 201. Yeah, I agreed. I agree. Look at that little pocket down in here. Consolidation. Is it the original consolidation? No. But that might be a place for us to get a reaction off of. Let's look in here. That little pocket at 5 minutes. Let's see if we can't see something in here. Let's go back over to here. What's Michael looking at for? I'm going to start using more than just one screen here. So fair value gap becomes inversion. Fair value gap, price breaks the low, creates a fair value gap. We come back inside it. We have a breaker here. Breaker inside of fair value gap gets short. From that point, then you're looking at 201, it's 204. Sammy J, good morning. How you doing? Do 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 do. think Mo's not joining us today. Mo's out of here. Derek may not pop. It may pop in and out for a little bit today. He's got. He's heading to California. Revisiting this breaker here now. One, two. We have one of it. Three Indians run down here, maybe, and then a reversal at 10. Yeah, I like that kind of. What do you guys think of that idea? We have 3 drives down. This next drive down into. Mind you, that's 45 minutes away. Whatever low is created here at 9, 10 o'clock takes it out. We get a reversal, and then we start to head back up again. Because I don't think we're done going up. So if that is true, then this sixth sister here is looking to take out these highs. We could have a nice run up. This could be the Judas run into the morning. And then the reversal at 10. We don't have any market structure break on the 15-minute. I like the return to these old highs here. The bodies bring us right back into a fill of this fair value gap here on the Dow, on the 1 hour. So 10 o'clock. We hit this. I'm looking for an area of support in here. So kind of keep that in mind. And then if we get a lift off from here, look for a run above the highs and start getting into the rejection block here and here. I don't want to see it start eating through these candles. Because as soon as we get through the mean threshold, we've already eaten through. We've come up 1, 2, 3. We've eaten all through those 3 PD arrays on the daily. So like I just demonstrated there on the 1 minute, you can get a 3 PD arrays in one time. If you're looking to go short, you could get taken out. The river came right back into that little tiny price imbalance right there. I don't know, we'll see. 10 a.m. news as well. Existing home sales, the highest impact among some other news. 100%. So this week was going well. I don't want to end up giving back the profits we made this week. I think I'm like 25% towards my next bump on my my funded account. You hit the next level, you get bumped again to the next level. I guess that's the thing with fivers. If you every time you hit the next, like another 10% up, you get bumped to another level. So I'm 25% there already, or 50% there already. Keep repeating that. We'll do well this year. And we all have to do well. I want us all to make it. I don't know if any of you guys watch Selling Sunset, where they come in when the girls sell their real estate. They ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding. We'll have to have something like that in the show. That if you make your next level in your funded account, we have to create a bell, and I'll ring the bell, put your name up here, flash, 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 and I don't know, I have to find something to do. Come up with a creative way to celebrate your victories, man. And it's okay, we're here for you. If you take a hit, it's a normal part. You're not going to make it 100% every time. But if you make it, man, let's celebrate it. Unless you want to keep your anonymity, then that's fine. I respect that. But if you need the recognition, the accolades, the encouragement, that's what we're here for. Well, that's what I'm here for anyway. I want to encourage you any way I can. So, we got a fair value gap right here. We have a breaker right there. That's the fair value gap fill, so we get a reaction off of that and another drive down. Oracle, how's it going, buddy? My brain was a little slow. I kept saying GM. What the heck is GM? Everybody's selling GM this morning? Oh, good morning. It'll hit you all, I tell you. You get into your 50s, it'll start to go, man. You'll start hearing things that people are saying. You're like, what did you just say? You'll be sitting home in your pajamas, doing YouTube shows. It's too cold out there. My friend just gave me a potential trip to do in Egypt. And it's one of those creative ones. I don't know if any of you guys out there are artists or paint or draw or have any artistic skills or expression, I should say. But there's this trip in Egypt in October where you get to visit the pyramids, and then you get to sail on a boat and paint down the Nile. And there's an artist there. She's kind of running it. She's kind of showing you how to do all the just find your inspiration, find your muse, and all around you is inspiration. So there's I was thinking about that trip this October. That might be a fun trip. It's really not that bad. It's about $4,000 or something like that. It's 11 days. Whoa, look at that reaction at 3. Right off the breaker there. See that? Slammo. 1 minute. Slammo. You get to see a Slammo candle. Right off the breaker. Look at that. 3 drives. Ding, ding. I think that's what I'm expecting here. I'm expecting the 3 Indians pattern or the 3 drives pattern. Kirk. Is this guy? Is this another Kirk 123? Is this guy? Is it the same Kirk, or are we looking at somebody who used your moniker, your famous guy? I did the Nile boat and pyramid. Amazing. Oh. I'd like to go diving in Egypt. I think it would be a blast. I think the Red Sea would be amazing because they've got natural reefs there that aren't influenced by any major natural disasters. So the reefs are pretty pristine. Oh, you have two accounts. Same guy. I was going to say, what? You're stealing Kirk's name? All right. So, interesting. We have a breaker down here. We've run it. Back to this breaker. Mitigation. We're blown through mitigation. Come back inside. Here's our 3 drives. I'm still thinking about a 3 drives here. We'll see what happens. We're up to 135 people. That's awesome. 135 people. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Sit at 9:30. We got a little one down in here at the 5-minute, and we've got this consolidation here. So my guess is we're going to return to this consolidation, take out these equal lows here, and head into this consolidation. I'm going to put a few more screens up here because okay, okay, that's taking that drive down. That's good. Oh, YouTube. Sorry, stand by here. we be? All right, now I can put more screens up here. Okay, look at that. We rip right through here. Order block right here on the hourly. That brings us to old highs here. This is the original consolidation, is it not? Before the market maker buy profile occurs. Look for 50% of this. So that'll put us at 50% of that order block. If we lose 50% of that, it's this low, this high, midpoint. If we lose the threshold of that candle, we're going for these lows. Back to the midnight open, through that. Let me put this guy over here. Trying to keep my eye on the Dow Jones as well. Dow Jones might is what Michael's looking at today for the sixth sister of the two. We're looking at NASDAQ right now. Keep your powder dry, people. You might see some big reaction out of this, but there's the 930. If we take that 930 out and get a reversal, again, I don't want to marry an idea, or we're going to drive down to this old daily fair value gap back here. Midpoint, old high. I've got these kind of marked out as the close of that breaker. Now that we've broken above it, if we come back to the breaker's high or close or mean threshold, those are potential areas of sensitivity that I'd expect to see a reaction off of that to continue further to the upside. Like a lot of people might be wanting to jump on this and get real short, which would have been fine had you caught that on a reversal up here as a break-in market structure. Let's just look at this one here. There's a break-in structure here to the downside. There's a little gap, order block, return to order blocks, mean threshold, inside of a breaker. You come up inside that breaker, mean threshold of the breaker. You get a reaction off that, and then you're aiming for these lows down here. So unless you're catching that early this morning and you would have seen that right before the open, and that was you're targeting that objective there, then we're just kind of waiting for something to set up. And I'm not super keen to jump in on anything today because we've made some profits this week, and watch the greed factor. Watch that you don't, you're just out to grab as much as you can, because this is the worst day to take a hit, so that you go into the weekend feeling like crap. It's better to go in feeling like you've accomplished something and you didn't give back your money to the markets on a Friday. The best trading days of the week are over. Friday is always if you're relatively new to the trading, you never want to get in on a Friday. Friday's not the day to play around in. Yes, Michael's had the TGIF Fridays news release techniques, but Friday's not the time to practice it, because you can get a lot of volatility and manipulation. People get a lot of profit taking as it is on a Friday as they go into the weekend. So I'm looking for more upside prices on the markets. I like the idea that we may continue here. My thoughts are right now is whether or not we get this candle. Everything's kind of hinging on my linchpin is right here on the daily. So we'll see if this 10 o'clock takes out this low. Then I look for a reversal. And if that doesn't happen, then we're looking for further downside. We'll see what happens in about the 10 to 10:15 time. And ideally, you want to see a break above market structure to confirm that you've that narrative is correct. And I would rather see a big body candle get above that. So we're just going to rinse and repeat like we've been talking about all week. It's pretty much the same setups we've been calling all week. So we'll see how. And I'm only demoing this, so I won't be taking any live trades unless something really sexy turns up. Also, it's monthly options expiration. Always some extra funkery on the third Friday of the month. Lots of funkery, is it? Okay, so here we go. Fair value gap came down, fill, come back down and tag it. Get a reaction off that. Look for an upside. Let's start opening this up a little bit here. Oh, Derek will be miffed if this Dow Jones ends up taking a run on those daily lows now. That daily fair value Dow Jones is making it's making a run back. He'd be miffed if he misses this today. That's the order block we're looking to key off of today to continue inside this fair gap. You see how we've got through the fair value gap, but there's not a body. We've closed on the body here, so this could be just the wicks do the damage. Seeing on where this closes on a Friday, if we close above this, I like this for next week, but we have to close above this order block, mean threshold, or the fair value gap. You want that to become an inversion now that we've closed on it, wicked above it, opened on it, and then you want to continue to the upside. So everything kind of, for me, hinges inside here, or inside that inversion fair value gap there on the Dow Jones. If we close into it or below it, then I'm looking for further downside. This was just a return to that little price imbalance right on the top or the bottom of it. And we got a reaction off that quite significant. So anyway, let's get back to our Mr. Jones or Mr. Nasdaq Hill. A little pocket up here. Just kind of draw these out a little bit for you here. Mean threshold. Don't forget to put a like, says Tech Miller. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you guys out there promoting this. It's very, very humbling when people appreciate the stuff that you do. So thank you. I thank you for that. Can anybody tell me what that bell thing is? I notice people say that on their channels. They'll say, oh, if you like it, ring the bell. What does the ring the bell mean supposed to mean? Anybody know? I have no idea what that means. I see the bell in the corner there. Where's the bell of the like button? No? I thought the little thumbs up was the like button. Anyway, I don't know. So keep your eye on that inversion right there. We're still looking for some support on that, looking for a run back up. So look for this imbalance here, return to lows, mitigation, order block. There's the premium array. Next one. Beef. Interesting. Never seen this beef before. Welcome, Beef. You get notification when you upload a video if you gave the bell activity. But it's not working properly for years. Okay. So it doesn't really matter. Oh, I guess the bell's like a notification when I send a video. Okay, I guess you know. Look at that. Body's respecting that fair value gap. Wick did the damage. Back to the order block. Mean threshold. To the pipiskers right there. Nice. Love it. Love it. Nice price action. That's nice clean price action right there. I like it. Run down. So I'm looking for, again, 10 o'clock. What kind of reaction am I getting at for 10? So we've got these drives down. We did take out those equal lows that we mentioned, did we not? Yes, we did. We did take out those big time. $201, that's where we were looking. We're back to here. That was 184. 184. We got that mean threshold of that order block. We've held that, and that is that mean the first 1 minute fair value gap down here. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. So we're between this guy and this guy right now. You see that? Looking at the little swing points and looking at that order block there. Fair value gap. This guy here. We've come down to the body and we're banging around between these two now. So now it's got to decide what it wants to do. Is it going to come all the way back down to this low or this mean threshold? Run through the rejection block. 50% of the wick, carry on up to a higher PD array. See how you look for when these PD arrays, you start to run out of PD arrays, the algo has to start stretching out to higher ones. So if we take our wick here, if you look at all the 75%, see that? Right on the money. It's not just a random place somewhere inside that wick. It's not randomness. It is not. But we want to close above 50% if you want that to go higher. Delicious. Now that's now validated. See that right there? That becomes a valid order block now. This is a valid order block. It's inside this one, so you take the bigger one. Mean threshold now. Does that provide a level of support? It's still in the premium array of that range. We still haven't broken the range high yet. We haven't traded 50% above that wick yet. So our lower end array, we've already been through the mean threshold of that. Once. Order block, we've already blown through that. 2 PD arrays all the way through. That one's just pretty much eaten up now. But you notice we have not traded above a body above this fair value gap, which would become the inversion now. So we've traded below it, come back into it, wicked into it, mean threshold. So now we're between this guy and this guy. I want to see that low get taken out though one more time before 10 o'clock. Lori, my man, how's it going, brother? I wonder if Blackberry turned up today. I know he subscribed. We got him to subscribe in the Uber the other day at the Lyft. They have Lyft and Uber down there. Back to the inversion. We've run those little cluster lows out right there. Got this order block here now. That order block's inside that one, so mean threshold. We have some little imbalances here. But I want to see that push through here. Rejection. I'll go back to a higher PD array, back into those guys. See how it comes back to the bodies, the wick, the body, mean threshold. Little tiny imbalances. We could revisit these guys. there. I love the way they hit them and react off of them. Beautiful. Now some of you may say, well, now it's running through them. Don't care. The way it hit them and reacts off them, I love that. Because if you're on the 1 second chart, man, that just hit a perfect place for you to go into. So you got back to that little tiny guy up top. His body is higher than him. So look for here, here, and the mean threshold. We blow through it. Nice. We want to close above 50% of that wick again. I wanted to see that rejection block get taken out. Again, no bodies above that inversion yet. See how the bodies of the candles are respecting wick body or the order block here? I guess that would be the parent run of that little run below the low. Now more mitigation. Did not break that low. So you got to watch those wicks, right? Wicks can do a lot of damage. Watch where the bodies close. So we're between these two still. Mean threshold. One of these two has to give way now. ES has unfinished business at 48.41. ES has unfinished business at 48.41. Yeah, those equal highs there, that's untouched. They're not going to leave that untouched up there. So what would be interesting is if we leave those, here's your scenario, if we leave those untouched today, next week we come back, tag this, leave that open as a breakaway gap to run these highs. Or if we just come back into fair value gap 4 hour right here, and that would be just oh, I guess it's already been there. I was going to say, if it gets back to this open right here, which is the New York session open, which we already hit that right there. I'd say, yeah, that might be a place to anchor on to get long. So we've already come back to it. So look for potential long here today. But do we just go back up, or are we going to run out the highs? That would be my anchor point there. That inversion fair value gap on the 4 hour now. See that? And did we tag it on the hourly? Nope, not quite. So if we do one more run now, we're just short of the open midnight candle. Look for this. If we get one more drive down for 10 o'clock, if we take out 9:30's low, or 10 o'clock, we come down, just take out the 9 o'clock, back into here, then make a run up. Look there. And I could be off. I could be like talking on my butt. Oh, good, look, see, we're above the 50% now. Come back. We want to see this provide support. We got a body above it now. See how the support is happening here at this inversion. It's still going to wait for 10 o'clock though. Finally got a body above. See that? Beautiful. So looking for this and above. I want to see this break market structure with a bold candle now. Not just this little stuff. I want to see a big bold break here for 10 o'clock if we've got more upside to go. And I was thinking we have more. So good morning, Lee. How are you doing, buddy? Five-second chart had a really good long entry at 952. I love that guy. Right here. Look at that. That's why Lauriston's the man at the 5-second chart. Look at that. We have a Judas swing down, the break up above, return back to breaker. Beautiful entry. Yes, Lauriston, that is an awesome entry. You couldn't ask for a better setup. The Judas run down, consolidation. That's what. Don't get suckered in by that one. Wait for the break above the high here with a body, which is right here, and another body. Return back to the high or the breaker, either one. That was precision on the 5-second, right at the breaker. And again, if you're looking on the 5-second chart, you're aiming for highs. Take out these equal highs here. Those highs get taken right there. That's it. Move to the sidelines. Or, if you got a higher time frame objective, at least take a portion off there. Move your stop loss to break even. And wait in case this does another little run back into here. Nice. Good call there, Lori. Nice one. And see now that, let me just go back there. How many handles is that? If you're going from 188 to take out these highs here to 209, so there's 20 handles, 21 handles. Consolidation, break down, run back up, come back, tag it, go. If that's what happens. So we got 50% of the consolidation. Pull down, look for this guy here. Fair value gap. Potential price leg for the run up now. %. Ew, there you go. There's the run up. Tippy tap. Go long. Oops. It's not gonna let me get in here. It waited for me quite some time. I wanted to get in over here. All right. See that? That's what Mike was saying about news releases. Sometimes when your broker doesn't allow you to enter in, like there's no liquidity available, even if you may see it. 5-second chart. Consolidation. still want to go long. I'll take a loss. This is a demo account, don't forget. I am not trading this live. This little run up. That's good. Go to the 1 minute chart. I want to see a body get above here. Usually you like to see a body get above this high here. Not awake. That was a late. I pressed the button down here, but didn't get in till there. All right. Took a demo though. Can't be giving back my profits from earlier. I agree with you, Lauriston. I snatched a couple extra bucks out of there this morning, but it took me 4 trades to get my extra back. I was getting banged around in there, so I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm going to take my profits for the week and just move to the sidelines. I'll wait till next week. Friday's not a great place to play. This, as you can see, this is some big resistance going on here now. Get a body above here now. I don't expect this to go all suddenly. I'll go nice and smooth and leave. This could be a lot of resistance here. The S&P just came short of that open. See, still no body above here yet. The S&P has, on the 1 hour chart, just come short of that New York Open midnight candle. It did come back to the high of that New York Open midnight candle for sure. We've had a nice little reaction off of it, but it's coming all the way back up into that order block, the hour-long candle above. So kind of keep that in mind. $17.55 is the target. 17.55. 17255, is that what you're looking at? Up here. You guys got any big plans? Missed the 2. Any plans for your weekend? This is why you gotta love Fridays. So we've had a reaction off that 1 hour order block on Friday. Above. Came all the way back to that, tagged it, and now we're moving back down again. So I like that New York Open midnight candle and the 4 hour fair value gap inversion as potential support. So kind of keep your eyes on that. I'm just going to take out that damn low now. See where this candle closes. Out. I think that was the $1,400 I made on my demo account this week. Just gave that back. Let's see. This is a good lesson. That's why you don't mess around with Fridays. Remember I was telling you before, I like to see bodies get above these highs. Wicks, I tell you, man, they are tricksy. False, as Golem would say, they're tricksy. You got hit by your stop. Looks good. You had your stop up nice and tight. I shouldn't be hitting the button on a news release. That's why it dragged me up so high. Now my exit, I'm just reviewing my exit because I got that way down here. My exit should have been, if I lose this candle's body or this inversion gap, if I lose the bottom of it, which I did here, there's the body, traded back into it perfectly right there. I didn't see that. I should have seen that. Gotta move that over a little more. That's the hint. They said, nope, I'm changing directions on you. That's that first indication for me that they were changing directions. Came back, found support at it, and continued down. Same thing here. Body gets through it. We come back up, find support at it. Same thing that happens here. Just showed you right there. Same principle. So kind of things to look for on your inversion fair value gaps. See that? Hopefully you see that example there. So if you are offside, that's where I should have noticed that I was offside on that body there. Or the fact that I was offside because the body hadn't broken this high, so I shouldn't have even have entered into that one. So something to journal today, and a journal that supports. Don't beat yourself up on that. I'm not going to beat myself up on that trade. Just going to say, be aware of, use your principles for breaking through inversion fair value gaps with a body and a return to it as either a confirmation that you're on the right side or the wrong side. And use that as a rule to confirm that you're on the wrong side. And get out. Now if this turns around, runs all the way back up again, I'm not going to beat myself up over that. That's a rule that you got to follow. So now we've got this whole, we've run this low out. The middle of that candle, look at this here. We'll look at 50% of the wick. It's not traded through. See that? We have a wick through it, but we have no body that trades through it. So you come back down inside that candle. If you trade below 50%, keep going down. Now we're looking for the return back into this range here. And see how the body broke the high right there? Which is, I've just showed you the rule right here. Confirm the rule. If it breaks below, if it breaks above, confirms the rule. Come back to it, find support at it, and leave. Same kind of rule. Look for 50% of the range, 62% of the range. Look for this fair value gap to become now inversion and continue back up. That's just my set of rules. I should be following a little tighter. So take your fib tool now, pull from high to low. And you'll see that that's an optimum trade entry. Oops. The most recent swing. 50%. %, puts us right on the top of the inversion. And I'll get you a fill of that little fair value gap that's right above there too. High resistance. Dow Jones. I can see why Michael wants to play in Dow Jones. Let's have a look at Mr. Jones. I'm looking for this to run down into here now. Now if this runs down and tags this, and we don't have leave this open, but we run down to the high here, these equal highs, look for, then you want to see this, the mean threshold of this candle here, stay open, provide support at that, and return higher. It starts losing its luster for me for higher if we start losing this mean threshold here. Still want to look into that New York open candle. $9.50. Fair value. See that silver bullet there for a 5-minute? Stop losses here. Long there. What's the 1 minute say? This is the one I'm looking for right there. 16, 15. Break the high. See a body get above this, not wicks. 10 seconds. $17,235 target. I like this. Return to here. I'm gonna go long right there. That's the wick on the hour. That may be all what I needed right there. I think I'm going to take that one. Right off that order block there. I'll enter in again down here if it comes back down there. But I do like the return to the highs. Aiming for here. That's that wick moment of the hour I was telling you about. I want to see that 10 to 10.15. Wait for a fair value gap to form in that area that supports a direction. If we've broken a low. Now I want to see this continue up. We've already traded through. We're at the mean threshold of that candle. Hit the rejection block. I'm going to make back some of that money I just lost, so we're going to leave that in there long. And we're putting our stop loss below that low. And we shall see. That's the cleaner price action that I can see. You're getting long on see support There's a lot of chop going on in here. Not very clean at all, but looking at that inversion fair value gap again. Excuse me. We have a body, break above it, come back in, find support at it, finally break above, which is what we're looking for over here. Should have waited for the 10-15, 10-12 candle. I don't know why I impulsively got in there. Should have waited for that wick of the hour to form. That's an up. If this is the wick of the hour, then that's a huge run. You got expected now. Stay in that there, Lori. That's a nice run you got there. Manage it from the back end, maybe. Did you get in off of this inversion here? I can see why I went wrong big time here. This makes total, this is in line with what I usually like to do. The 10, wait for the 10, 10, 10, 12, 10, 15, 10, 16. There's the 12 candle. Return to the fair value gap. That's the silver bullet for me. None of this stuff is silver bullet for me. This is. Wow. So much chop in there. You getting beat up in this whole crappy day. I'm not touching NASDAQ now. That's just nuts. Welcome to Cortisol Strength Central. How do you like your cortisol? Injected? So look at that range. %. Now you want to see a kick off of that. Unless it get all the way down to 79. See what I was mentioning before about rejection blocks? Sometimes you don't get up into the highs that you're looking for. So taking a portion off at your rejection block, great place to get a piece off there. You may not get the high you're looking for, but you have a stronger possibility of hitting a rejection block than you do a high. %. We're back into this rejection block, or this inversion here. Slop suey, that is. Sloppy. I want to see it get above here now. I'll get another one on here. All the stop losses will go down here. Look for a return to here. I don't know if you guys are on the Michael's Telegram or not. But he was talking to the Robbins Cup people. And had a very interesting discussion with them. They were a little concerned about all the drama that may come to the Robbins Cup. And Michael just wants them to, I just want you to audit my trades at the end of it. When it's all done, I don't want anybody saying I had privilege, I bullshit anybody, that I did it all legally and I did it all above board. But they're asking Robbins, multiple people are asking him to mirror Michael's account. Michael's like, absolutely not. And they're saying, well, are you prepared to deal with the media frenzy that's going to happen if you blow the Robbins Cup away? And he's like, it is what it is. That'll be huge. They said, that's a pretty daunting task to think you're going to break it. Michael's like, they're like, how do you think you're going to break that? And he's like, you let me worry about that. So we're all like super excited to see him just destroy Williams' record. And that's a long way up there too, so we'll see how fast Michael takes it out. Today is super messy in Dow, in the NASDAQ. I'm not even going to touch that. That's just a freaking trying to stay in there anywhere. That's just a meat grinder right now. We tried to play in the meat grinder. You can still read it, but it's you got to be prepared for some big drawdown. You have super low leverage. So you compare that to that, much cleaner price action. Much, much cleaner price action. So I'm staying with Dow right now. I'm staying with Dow right now. ICT is in Discord? No, he's not in Discord. Michael has no Discord. So if anybody's telling you he's in Discord, they're full of crap. Michael does not do Discord. Just keep a small basket. You might be surprised. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I think it's more for me. I'd like to see Michael. It's not about destroying Williams' record. I think that's just icing on the cake for me. I think for me, I feel like he's vindicating not only himself but all of us who believe in everything he's done and everything he's been teaching, and all the people that mock every person that's ever tried Michael's stuff, and all those people that gave up on Michael's stuff, all those people that, you know, want to stand for something bigger than Michael. They want to call him down. I just want him to stand out and to make a stand for what he believes in. And I think that will punctuate it quite well when he is out there in the markets and he literally destroys it and people go, wow. And he can say, told you so. Then he can kind of just slip quietly, which he's not going to be able to do. But then you could slip quietly into the night and go, people just sit there with their mouths hanging open going, what the hell just happened? You say, well, and all of us who would just sit back here and smile and say, yeah, well, he's been trying to share that with you guys all this time, and all you naysayers and all you trolls that are just been trying to beat him up and call him down and think you're better than him, and all the people trying to call him out. Go to the Robbins Cup, man. That's the place to to show your stuff. If you got the ego, you think you got it better than him, go there and prove him wrong. But when he's way out there and he's the new Robbins or he's the new Williams that holds a record for decades and decades and nobody comes close to him, that's one of those things where you kind of punctuate make your mark in history. Williams made it for decades. Now Michael's going to come along, blow it out of the water. I hope he does. I hope he does. Blows it out of the water, and then his name will be like etched there for decades, and people will try and chase that down. And you have to be as good as him then, or better, to beat that record. It's like Williams. You got to be as good as him or better. He's proved it. Now it's Michael's turn. And all those people who trash talk him, you just say, refer to Williams Cup. Anytime you want to diss Michael now, you say, yeah, refer to Williams Cup. All you naysayers, all you people that think you're better, refer to said record. Because then you'll always have some bozo say, he couldn't do that again. Or he was lucky, he cheated, all the bullshit. So that's why Michael wants to be very clear about there's nothing else going on here other than my price action, my price delivery algorithm. Ride off into the sunset. I should join the Robbins Cup. Not a chance. You just saw what I just did today. I lost $1,400 today in my demo account. Are you kidding? I'm definitely going to enter that thing, but not not this year. You won't even make a name for yourself this year. All focus is going to be on 3 little letters, an I, C, and a T, or an M, J, H. Not that I want to make a stand, but you know, if you're going to take the cup one year, you don't want him being in there. You want to try and beat the other guys with 400%, 500%, 600% on your account. Not the 10,000% that you'll have to beat Michael. It'd be great when I have one of those things hanging in the background over your shoulder while you're doing your show. You say, oh, that old thing back there, oh, that's the Robbins Cup I won last year, or the back in 2025 when I won the Robbins Cup. That's it back there. You get some street cred when you get that, for sure. So you see that was just a simple return to consolidation, or sorry, into consolidation, back into 50% of that consolidation, also fair value gap. Would have been a nice entry point there. Oh, I said I would load on down there again, didn't I? Crap, I didn't. Just thought about it now. It's like, you've been talking. You should have said, you said you were going to load on more there. You didn't. Okay, if it comes back to here, I'll load on one more. After this cup, there's going to be a I can't see what you're saying there, something of bragging and bashing. You know what? I think Michael is going to be humble enough to just say, there you go, and just smile. And when people just say, how did you do it? How do you do it? Say, well, refer to my channel and his mentorship, free mentorship. And he's going to say, I have a free mentorship online. Everything that I just did there for the Robbins Cup is available to you right there on the internet for free, people, for free. Don't pay for it from anybody else who's stealing my stuff. Just go there. It's all available for you for free. His mentorship will go from 1 million subscribers. He'll be in millions of people. His whole thing will blow up online. And then all those bozos out there who are trying to sell his stuff, you'll be out of business. You'll have to try and find a new way to steal his stuff. Yeah, I think he'll just be really kind of cool about it. Just smile and point. Point at his website. It's all right there, folks. You can have the dream. William sold tons of books after he said he wrote that book in the 80s, How I Made $1 Million in 1 year. And selling options or trades or trading in the stock market or whatever it was. He made lots of money off that book. Now if Michael turns around after the Robbins Cup and sells his book, puts his book online and points to his website, holy shit, that man will just, he'll be laughing. He could live off of royalties just off his book and off his website. Ad revenue, he's already making like 20 grand a year or a month off of ad revenue, the million subscribers. So he ain't hurting for money. I don't think he really needs it for the money. I think this is just for his recognition now, saying this just brings full circle the credibility of what it is that he's been trying to share with people all those years. And I just want all those naysayers out there to finally realize they're full of crap. And anybody who's got any sense that listens to these people, if they listen to them anymore, like saying that, oh, Michael doesn't know what he's talking about, he's full of crap and blah, 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 he's stealing this and he's stealing that. If you're still following that guy because you believe him, you deserve everything you get. Like if Michael can't prove to you, or you don't see what Michael proves this year, and you're still following people that trash talk him, then you get what you deserve. And if they win, if they give you lots of money, then good, you deserve it. The trash talking guy ain't right, I'll tell you that right now. But I'm biased, obviously. Proof's in the pudding. I'd rather follow the guy who's making the record than the guy who thinks the guy who made the record's full of shit. Well, here's a nice little slow meandering of the day. I want to see this get out of here before 10 or 11 o'clock, because if it doesn't, I'm going to move into break even and let that ride and just wait for it to come back and take it out. I want to see it start getting some legs here now. Getting out of here. What time is it? 42. 42:45. We should see a swing point coming up here in a few minutes. Oh, Derek has talked. Is that an inverted breaker? Haven't heard of that. Inverted breaker. Haven't heard of that, but I like it. Mo, the breaker high on Dixie is holding strong. Yeah. Inverted breaker. I'd have to go on to that little Michael tool and find out whether or not that's anything he's ever said is an inverted breaker. I don't know if I've ever heard him say that either. Now I'm moving this to here. That's what we want to see. It's a slow, steady grind up. Let's have a look back at the meat grinder. How was the old meat grinder? See, it came all the way back to the inversion, or the inversion fair value gap. Through, back again, hit it. What a chop. Chop suey. Big time chop. Now we're through the midpoint of this candle. So there's upside now. But holy doodle, that is not a fun place to be inside. At all. We were calling it higher, but man, oh man, to endure that stuff, you gotta have a wide stop loss and a lot of patience. Okay, I don't want to see this low get taken out now. I'm going to get a risk of $40 more of the $1,400 I already lost. Order block, break above, come in, tag it one more time, hold high, breaker, hitting it. Inversion, body gets through it, come back into it right there, react off. So you want to see this start really pushing up now. There you go, and start. And then this guy, we look for this as a propulsion type candle now. Get some support off of that, continue running above these highs. But no real break-in structure. I want to see this side get broken out first. Though you can see this stuff. I want to see this push through here and really start to climb up past here. You can see the short-term swing had been set in here. That's good. That's what I want to see. Now I want to see this come back to these old highs here. Mitigation. Breaker. Order block. Nice little fair value gap above here now would be nice. Break above a high. Create a little fair value gap. See what happens in the next 40 seconds or so. I don't want to see it come back here yet. This would be nice. This is ideally what I'd like to see. I'd like to see that create that little fair value gap, come back in and freeze it up on top of on the high there. Don't fill and continue up. So watch in the next 22 seconds. Now if we get another one, just come back and tag the edge of it and leave. That'd be what I'd like to see. Okay, so there's your fair value gap. You come into it, tag it. Now you want to see it leave here. I guess if it comes back and hits that order block, that's okay, but I'd like to see it stay open. It's really tiny now. I mean, I'm really clutching at straws here trying to create this fantasy trade here. Okay, so there's the order block. There's back the mitigation. If we run that, then look for a breaker here. I don't want to see a body close below this. I want to see that wick. If we're going to tag this body here, let that wick pull back above here. Or body pull back above the high. 3, 2, nope. So now we have a body get through it, come back, find some support at it. Now we're in the not what we wanted. Breaker, mean threshold. Inside this rejection block here. And here. Mean threshold. Tag it one more time and then go. Get above here now. Get a body above there. I guess that's permissible when you look at that rejection block as the high. I wanted that to stay open, but we're looking for a discount array. Back into inversion. Getting a body above this now. We need that to stay above there. Then use these as inversion points. So we break this high here now. I'm going to move my stop loss right into here, into profits. Good. We got a body above here and here. I like to see that. So we've got this whole area we can play in. So I don't want to see it revisit down below here. Move that into profit. So we're inside that breaker. We did not lose the breaker. Traded back to it. Off you go. Do you guys see the logic of that? Lose it, that entry there, and you see the logic of the breaker, how it's providing support. Now we're looking to get above these guys over here. Put that right in the below there in case. Mm-hmm. How's your NASDAQ doing now? Wow. We were calling it long. It did. That was the big killer for me right there. But see that 1010? That would have been the perfect silver bullet for me to get into. Stop loss sits here. That was a bad call for me this morning. So yeah, you can see how I make bad calls all the time. That was my bad call this morning. Getting in on right on the open. It lifted me up hard, and I entered in. I wanted to get in down here. It lifted me up in an entry way up here when I should have waited for the 1010, 1012 setup. And there's your fair value gap right there. 1010, 1012. Retest. I'm not a big fan. If you've watched my stuff, you know that I'm not a big fan of these early silver bullets. I like the ones around 10 to 1015, 1017, in that range. There's the 1021, 29, 36. Remember the shenanigans that happened between 30 and 36? The retracement before going back up. Like that mess, man. Take all of these now. Let's take them over here. Not that I'm really looking at this anymore. What else is in there? Right there. And that E-mini S&P is just stuck there below that order block. It's between the two order blocks. See that? Between this guy here and that guy there. You're literally wedged in there now. You came back up to it here. You'd want to see it just start really driving out of this candle. Getting through here. The Dow seems to be the cleaner one of the two today for sure. I'll load another one on at the mean threshold of that candle. I think I'm out for the day. Be safe. Happy trading. Thanks, Lorston. Take care, buddy. Have a great weekend. Be safe if you're working this weekend. Keep your head on a swivel, man. I know you're going to stick around in here for a few more minutes. Same now that I'm in a little profit. Good for you, buddy. I just want to make back the money I lost. I got quite a few bucks left to go yet. I think if I win this one, though, it's going to end up being I'm aiming for up here. That'll put me in profit for the day, for the week, if I can get up there. But I'm just going to try and ride every one of these optimum trade entries up. I'm going to park that one. No, yeah, we can use that one now. I should probably put it down in here. We could run out these lows again. I don't want to see this mean threshold be lost. Good, we closed above it. Just trying to slowly pyramid up. I think I'm just going to leave it at 3 now. That should be enough to, if I break this high, to give me a break even for the day. Going to let our runners see if it hits the 80, 48, 41. Oh, for 48, 41. Oh, for your S&P. Yeah. Yeah, I think you could get the run now. S&P looks like it's in a... Yeah. You could at least get the 48.35. What's that nasty NASDAQ doing? Look at that. Now it finally shakes everybody off and starts to break out. Damn. That's okay. Review journal entry. Wait for this wick to form for the hour. I see it truer and truer every time I keep looking at it. Be careful about when you're in consolidated markets, don't go for your first silver bullet entry. Wait, especially if you haven't run out of low. That 10 o'clock, 10:10, wait for at least the first 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of your hour. That usually is the wick. The body starts to make the rest of the run after that. So kind of keep that in mind. This is good for stocks. How's this other guy doing? Wheat. Oh, look at that. Remember when I was doing corn? I think I was doing corn way up there, and I chickened out because I wasn't sure. I got in right on here. I was aiming for here originally, and then I chickened out right there. Literally, like 2 candles, 2 days later, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm out of here. But it literally is the algo, same algo. Ran down, order block, return to mean threshold perfectly, and that's corn futures. Anyway, just want to have a quick peek at what these guys are doing. Well, okay. Yeah, I think you're going to get your 41 now. There you go. Mr. T, how are you? Good morning, my friend. How are you? We're doing some damage today. Actually, it's damage repair. I got hammered in a downward run this morning. I was going long here off the news release instead of waiting for another 10 minutes. And then this took me out. I chickened out down in here. Lost $1,400 in there, so now it's getting the run that I was looking for. But we're hopefully making it back inside here now. We've got $1,000 back, so I'm gonna move that little puppy into profit now. This is awful. Price action. Yeah, the cleaner stuff's definitely been in Dow. For sure. Like, it's beautiful. clean price action in here versus the buzzsaw known as NASDAQ. ES has been pretty good. Return to order block. Beautiful return to order block here inside a fair value gap. Perfect fill and a run. And now we're looking to take out these highs. And the Oracle, I think he's holy. That's on a big run up. That's good. I'm gonna shrink him up a little bit more. So I was just pyramiding some trades in here. I was in it one, waited a long time, pyramided another one, pyramided another one. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. We're all running our highs today. That might actually get me into some profits. Looks like a barcode. It does look like a barcode. Check out in aisle 2. They got this inversion over here now. That's the fair value gap, but what have we got over here? Right there is the bottom of that inversion, so that one's done. This one here. Keep my eye on that one there. Take my money out there. I'll wait for another setup down here. See the body got below there? That was my get out of jail rule. Come back, get out there, wait for this guy to fill. So we'll see what happens here. Midpoint of that next one down. That's 50% of that range right there. Classic story. Darren gets out and it goes up. See how this closes. Checked me out. I took 2 small losses trying to be too precise. I'm done for the day. I hope that wasn't live money. Yeah, Friday's a potential give back day if you're not careful. And those of you who are again new to trading, Fridays are a typical rough day to trade. So unless you can find some smooth action, like we noticed that we were in a buzzsaw this morning. Even though we were calling the direction, we noticed this little meat grinder we were in, and it beat me up, and I've been doing it for a while. And yeah, I can still call the arrays, but I tell you, that was still a meat grinder in there. So it's hard for even experienced people to kind of stay, make some profits out of this day. I'm sure Michael made a killing, but waiting for you. This was a much more cleaner setup today for price action. Order blocks, return to, fair value gap, I should say that would be. So it's finding levels of support for sure that are building on price. Now we've got this inversion here. So we've got a body above it. I've entered in right again off the top of it. I'm allowing it to drop down into here. If it drops lower than that, we're going to a little buzzsaw action again. It's not clean enough for me. I want to see these levels continue to provide support to run this high out here. And I've only got 1 lot on this time. Because we're in a premium portion of that little run now, so that's why I'm cutting my leverage down to 1. Yeah, and you've got an awesome method for reading it too. So meat grinders, it is what it is, man. You got to be super nimble and low leverage on a Friday. You don't want to give back your profits, that's for sure. So this inversion, we want to see if it holds support, holds price. We're already through the midpoint of this candle. It's interesting watching people pop in and pop out. They're just looking. Is there a trade on? What's this guy playing with? So we're below this candle now, and we're inside this one. Main threshold, and that guy. One of these two got to give way, and that's the one I want to see. Come on, run above it. Get above the one above. This is where you hear Michael go, I just want to see some, I want to see it get some legs now. Like it's running out of PD arrays, and you want to see it get some legs. I want to see it start to lift up here now. And what time am I looking at? 24. A couple of minutes yet. We might get a low form in here in the next 3 to 4 minutes. I don't want it to be a high. Unless I get a big rocketing candle here for the next 4 minutes. Then the shenanigans begin. I remember the swing point may be just a little run above, a little tiny, like this guy here. That's a swing point. That's a swing point. I want to see it lift off with some energy now for the next few minutes. So that candle now becomes valid. I want to see that one provide a level of support. This one gave us some support. Now I want to see this one provide support. Or at least the top of the fair value gap inversion here. And come back and just tag it if you want, and then leave. We've hit the bottom, the middle, the top. And then lift. There's this 25. Okay, this could be the swing low. I like that. If this becomes the 26, 27, and then 27 is the turn for the 28 candle. Watch that. Oh yes, live gave back 400 on the sides, but my ego got me. That's good. Document that in your journal when your ego gets in the way. I think you almost have to put in a separate page in your journal called ego, and my friend ego and what he took from me today. what he takes, what he gives. What's the overall? Is your ego on your side, or is your ego your enemy? I thought I was better than I was. Yeah, that happens. Second chat madness. In the madness, I should have went to a higher time frame. This is going to be the last trade of the day for me. If I lose this one, it's going to be sitting right below there. There's an imbalance there, little gap. See that gap? There's lots of little ones further down. I don't want to lose this fair value gap here. Inversion. So if I see a body getting through here and come back and tag it, I'll close out for a minimal loss. And then if it climbs up for the rest of the day, well, so be it. We got $1,000 back out of our day. That was $1,400 worth of profits I had this week, and I gave it back. I took it back. Now I've got $1,000 back for the 1,400 that I gave back. I've just took back $1,000 again, so I guess I'll be up a grand for the week. There's the body. We're through the mean threshold. You could quite easily run this out here. Revisit this old high. Body's below. I was hoping it would trade back there. I can cut that out. We're in the lows, mean threshold. Fill the gap. Bottom of the inversion gap on the other side. Yep. Done and done. There's that little gap there. So you got to pick your spot. Say, well, yeah, it could come all the way down there, but then I don't want that to. If it could come down there, then it could come down into here. And we're in a Friday here, so we're coming into just before lunch hour. We may take out those highs after lunch now. If we come back into the range before lunch. That's the 10 o'clock. We'll see if that's the high. There you go. See that? Came right to that little gap there. Roll over. It comes down into below here now, off of here. How's our buzzsaw? Look at that. I still beat myself up on that piece right there. Well, you've taken out the high again for the day. What's oil up to? Mean threshold. We were calling this a week or so ago. Yeah, I think we were calling this one last week. We're looking for this range for it to get back into. It hit in there nicely, retraced all the way back down into the rejection block. Now we're right back up into that mean threshold again, reacted off of it. So Monday, if this closes like this, opens on a Monday, comes back, trades into this here, and then starts to run these highs out. I do like that for Monday. Don't know if you guys like to trade oil or not. I love trading oil. Yes. NASDAQ. Dow continuing down. Yeah, you can see that coming. All right, so now you just wait for your macro this afternoon. We're going into lunch hour. This is the shenanigans around 36. Remember, I didn't want that high at 26, 27 to form. There you go, 26, 27. I did not want it to do this. Go back through the recording, you'll hear me say I didn't want it to do this. I wanted it to do the swing below here and then run up. I didn't want that. So time again. My time principle is super, super awesome. I love it. It's way more effective than, so those of you you're just tuning in to my time principle, where I call swings in the minute that it happens, or a minute or two. Within a minute to 3 minutes, you'll see a swing point. I'll say you'll see a swing point. I'll give you specific times where I expect swing points to occur. Write them down, people. Write them down. Because even me, I'm not trusting them enough. And I've seen them over and over and over again, proving my point. So that should have been as soon as I saw that break below here, I should have gone, if I lose that mean threshold, I should get out. Because that's the swing I don't want. If it closes on there and I go, wrong swing. Or don't. I don't mind. You can take it, leave it, ditch it. It's just a tool. So I'll look for a retracement into the range that we just did this morning. %, 62%. Low risk sell. What do you guys say? We almost done for the week? We're about to go into lunch hour, so 9, 10. It won't be till 11 o'clock that we're looking for another the afternoon macro. 15-minute. Mean threshold of the breaker. Gotta make up your mind what it wants to do here. NASDAQ. Dixie, what's Dixie up to? Jeez, Dixie doesn't look better. What's gold doing? Gold. What is gold doing? Okay. Consolidation. Midnight candle open. Inversion. That is the 1 hour. This breaker is already given way. More downside. Looks like that's given way already. So that tells me either return into here or this inversion. Come back and retag that inversion. You can see how we broke through it, came back, hit it, left, took out these highs, all the way back to that fair value gap fill there, and now we're coming back through it. So that may be more downside, which would bode more strength for the dollar, more weakness for euro. We're still looking at that fair value gap daily to get filled in there. Remove this. Man, is that ever just waffling around in there? I don't like that mess in here. Relative equal lows here. 62% brings us back to the relative equal lows. Inside the breaker. Is that a breaker? What's the high on that one? 252. 252. See where that one goes in a minute. So you have a break-in structure here. Fair value gap, we never got back up into it to get short. You never get in that one either. This is the only one you get. I think that's going to be it for me for this morning. I might pop back on in about an hour or so and see if we can find the afternoon macro, because the markets tend to smooth out. It's what I call a glass off. Those of you who are into hang gliding, it's a glass off where the markets kind of smooth out in the afternoon, and the algo starts to slow down. Oh, I should say the algo slows down. It just looks a little smoother in the afternoon before we close. So I'll see if I'll be back in an hour for the 1 o'clock macro after lunch and see what we take out, low or high. If we get a retracement in the afternoon, it will seek liquidity in the lunch hour, the lower the high that forms in the lunch hour. So we'll wait for this afternoon. If we get a retracement, we'll seek liquidity that occurs above or below the market in the lunch hour. All right, so that's what I'm going to be sitting on the sideline here, and I'm going to wait. I'll be back in about an hour, and we'll see if we get anything else. And if not, that'll be it for me for the week, and we will meet up again on Monday. You guys have an awesome weekend. If I don't see you this afternoon, have an awesome weekend. Thank you again. I really appreciate the time that we spend together. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate it. You have a lot of people out there that you can spend time with. And the fact you spend time with me here today and every day has been a blessing for me. So I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you got to learn a little something today. And we got to see how a meat shredder looks on a market, what a meat grinder looks like, and how we can get beat up in there pretty good. And we can, once it gets into a smoother market, we can actually, recover some of our losses if we can play it right. So hopefully you got something out of that today, and I will see you guys again this afternoon or on Monday, bright and early. We are available on the Telegram site. If you're new to the channel, subscribe if you like it. If not, then thanks for popping in. And you can also jump in on the Telegram channel for 24 hours a day. We're available for chats here and there. I always pop in and have a look on the Telegram. So if you have questions or concerns, or if there's something in the market you're looking at and you want to share, you got some people on there that'll love to hear what you have to say. Nobody's trolling anyone. Everybody's respectful, or they're gone. I'll punt them off there. So if anyone's being mean or disrespectful to you, I'll either see it or I'll find out, and they'll be gone. So enjoy the rest of your morning. I'll see you probably in an hour or so. All right. Thanks, guys. And I'll